let's make some homemade chocolate sauce. Hi, my name's Caitlin and this is my homemaker series where I challenge myself weekly to learn a new homemaker skill, and today we're making this delicious homemade chocolate sauce, and in my opinion this tastes way better than store-bought. And I made this using unrefined sugars, but I will also be sharing how to make it using refined sugars. If you prefer to use those sugars in your household, that's completely fine. This lasts 4 weeks in the fridge with an airtight lid. It does thicken up to be a thicker consistency once it completely cools. It's still a bit warm. I will post a snippet at the end how that turns out, but if you want to see how you make it, keep watching. Okay, let's begin. So I've got my pot here, and I've also got 3/4 cups of filtered water. If you are wanting to make this with refined sugar, you'll have 1 cup of water, but because I am using maple syrup, I am reducing the water as maple syrup is liquid. So we've got 3/4 cup of water here for adding to our pot. We've also got 1 cup of pure maple syrup. If you are wanting to use refined sugar, you would use 1.5 cups of sugar. I just ChatGPT this recipe and it gave me a refined sugar and unrefined sugar recipe. And because I like to use anything unrefined sugar as possible, or like use unrefined sugars as much as possible, I am using that recipe, and that calls for 1 cup of pure maple syrup. But again, if you want to use refined sugar, you can use any sugar of your choice, just use 1.5 cups. I'm also adding that to the saucepan. We'll also add in just a pinch of salt. My salt of choice is Celtic salt. Again, use whatever salt you like. And then I'm going to use 1 cup of cacao powder. You can choose to use cocoa powder if you like. I would probably recommend Dutch cocoa powder for that rich chocolate flavor, but we like to keep things here as low toxic as possible and unrefined or ultra processed as possible. So we're using cacao powder, and we're using 1 cup of that. You do also need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, but we're going to add that in at the end. So now we're going to take this to the stove and have that on medium heat, just till all that cocoa or cacao powder, whichever you choose, fully incorporates into that one. So let's go to the stove. Okay, so we're at the stove here. I'm just going to place it on the stove and have it on medium heat. And we're just going to keep stirring until this is fully incorporated. It will look like that it's not going to fully incorporate, but it will. I watched a few recipes on people how people make it, and yeah, it looks for a while that it's not gonna fully combine, but it just ends up combining together. If you have made this before and you think there's any changes I should make, comment them down below. But this is our first time trying it. My son wants to have some with our homemade ice cream. If you haven't checked that video out, go check it out. But yeah, so we're just going to keep mixing this until it's fully combined on medium, and we're going to bring it to a rolling boil. Then we're going to reduce it to low. You can see here now I've been mixing for about, I don't know, 45 seconds, and it's starting to combine all those ingredients together now, and it's starting to smell so amazing. As you can see now, that's fully incorporated together. So we're just going to keep on mixing that until it starts to come to a rolling boil. Then we're going to reduce it for 3 to 5 minutes on a simmer. You do want to keep stirring it just so you don't scorch the bottom of the pot and burn it, and then you'll get that burnt bitter taste. So now we have it at a rolling boil. I'm going to reduce it to low and let it simmer for 3 to 5 minutes. I've put my timer on for 5 minutes, and we're just going to keep stirring it. Okay, so the timer is just about to go off, and I've been mixing it for 5 minutes now, and it's definitely gone a bit thicker. From what I've read in other videos I've watched, it still stays a bit runnier, and as it cools down to room temp, it thickens up. So I'm going to turn that off, turn my timer off because it has 10 seconds left, and let's put it in a jar and let it cool to room temp, and we'll see how it turns out. So we've taken that off the stove. We nearly forgot to add our vanilla into it, so we're adding 1 teaspoon, and this is just homemade vanilla extract. So there's 1 teaspoon. We're just going to mix that in. Oh, if you could smell this, this smells amazing. Alright, and we're just gonna put it in this glass jar. I just put it in a jug of hot water just so it's warm, but I also like to wrap a towel around it just in case anything breaks. I don't have glass everywhere, but let's pour it. So there we have it, homemade chocolate sauce. I can't wait to give my son this tonight. He's going to enjoy it so much. I just gave it a little taste and oh my god, it tastes so much better than store-bought. I'm not even just saying that. It tastes so good. He's going to love this. It says it lasts 4 weeks in the fridge. I don't think it's going to last 4 weeks in my house, but we'll see. I will post at the end, because it says to allow completely to cool at room temperature, then place in the fridge for a few hours and it will thicken up. I'll post a snippet at the end how it thickens up once it is cool. But this is going to be a staple in my household from now on. Just as a little treat, not as a regular thing though. But I can't believe how easy it was and how delicious it actually tastes. I hope you've enjoyed watching today's episode of our Homemaker series. If you have, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Happy homemaking. Bye! And this is the consistency after being in the fridge for about 2 hours. So it's thickened up like chocolate syrup.